Hey everybody, this is Mr. Walsh and I'm going to go over this atomic structure and worksheet. Basically, atomic structure in this case is just counting protons, neutrons, and electrons. So I'm going to spend this time counting protons, neutrons, and electrons in two different ways, using these things which we call Nuclide symbols, and then just kind of a straight up looking at the data table, looking at this table and trying to do it from there. For part one, we're going to look at the Nuclide symbols. So, number of protons. Here we go. Protons. That's this number down here. So that's going to be 100. Okay, the number of neutrons we get from this number, so we have to subtract because it's the number of protons minus the mass number gives us the number of neutrons. So this is going to be 159. And then this gives us the number of electrons, but we have to compare. We're going to compare the number of protons to the number of electrons so that we get 0. And that comparison would mean that there's 100 electrons. Okay, now we're going to check to see what element this is. So element number 100, which is down here at the bottom of the periodic table, is fermium. Okay, so this element is fermium, and its symbol is Fm. Okay, so there we go. We got the protons, neutrons, and electrons, and then the element and its symbol. So 5 parts. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing here. So this is protons, super straightforward. Here, that's 81. Neutrons now, when we do neutrons, we subtract. Okay, so 206 minus 81 is 125. And then for the number of electrons, we compare. Okay, so how are we going to get 2 plus? So that means we have 2 more protons than we have electrons. So that's going to be 79. So we have 2 more protons. We have 81 protons. Okay, so that's 2 more protons. So there's 2, and its protons are positive charge. Okay. Then again, we look at the periodic table for element number 81. We use the atomic number. Okay, so here's the atomic number. Remember, it's the whole number. So that's 81. That's thallium. Okay, Thallium, and that's TL, not TI, but TL. So make sure that you do that. Make sure you know that, not know that symbol, but make sure you understand that that's an L and not an I. Okay. So let's see here. Protons for this one is 7. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Now, number of neutrons comes from this number, but we have to do a little math. So we have to do 15 minus 7. 15 minus 7 is 8. And then we have, for the number of electrons, again, we are comparing. So 3 minus means there's 3 extra electrons floating around. Okay, so that's going to be 10 electrons. Then element number 7, pull out the periodic table again. And so that's going to be nitrogen, common element. Most common element in air. Its symbol is N. Okay, and then last, but certainly not least, is this guy. So protons, again, directly this number. Neutrons comes from this number, but we have to do some subtraction first. So that's going to be 46. And then electrons, again, we compare, so we need 1 extra electron. So that's going to be 36 electrons. And then again, we look at for element number 35, which is bromine in this case. So bromine, Br. Okay. Okay, so now for part 2, we have to fill in the blanks. And so realize that we're reading across here. So this, the atomic symbol, so we look at the periodic table and we look for B, and B is, the atomic number is 5. Okay? And so here, these 2 columns are going to be the same. So for atomic number, the number of protons is 5. And so now, for the number of electrons, we need the charge. So let's do this in order here. So protons and neutrons gives us the mass number. This is protons plus neutrons. So 5 plus 6 is 11. And so then protons and electrons, when we compare, that's going to give us the charge. So compare protons and electrons. We're not adding, subtracting, we're comparing. So in order to get a 3 minus charge, that means we need 3 more electrons, so that's going to be 8. Okay? So now let's go through. So element number 11, we use the periodic table, we're going to get to Na. And then again, these two columns are the same. And now these two add up to this column over here. So 11 plus what equals 24. So this is going to be 13. And then the electrons, we compare these two columns to get this. So this is 1 plus. So that means we have an extra electron. Or we have one more electron than we have, one more proton than we have electrons. So this is going to be 10. Okay. So now, we don't have an atomic number, but we can get an atomic number because these two columns are the same. So atomic number 31 is Ga. Okay. And remember, these two columns add up to this. So 31 and 37 is 68. Okay. And then we compare to get this column. Okay. So, which is there more of? There's more protons. How many more protons? There's 3 more protons. So the proton is the positive charge. The number gives us the value of the charge. So 3 plus. Okay, so element number 39. This is yttrium, symbol Y. And remember, these two columns are the same. Okay, so protons plus neutrons gives us this. So this is 89. So 39 plus something gives us 89, which is going to be 50. And now we will, let's see. So these two columns compared gives us this column. So which is there more of? There's more protons, so that's going to be a positive charge. How many more protons are there? There's 3 more protons. Okay. So again, 29, we look at atomic number 29, copper. So 29. These two are the same. These two add up to this column over here. So 29 and 35 is 64. And then these two compared gives us a 0. These two columns compared gives us this. So in order for this to be 0, that means the number of electrons and protons is the same. I don't know why I wrote a 3 there, but that's 29. Okay. Keep going here. So 43, that means atomic number 43. We look at the periodic table. That's going to be technetium, or technetium, some people call it. Okay. And again, this and this gives us that. So this is 100 over here. So 43 plus something is 100. So that's going to be 57. And then this and this gives us the charge column. So 43, what is there more of? There's more protons. How many more protons are there? There's 1 more proton. Okay. Atomic number. So now we have lead. We look at the periodic table. Lead is atomic number 82. These two columns are the same. Okay. These two columns are the same. And then this plus this gives us 207. So this is going to be 125. Okay. Those two add up to 207, 82 and 125. And then we compare these two to get this column. Okay. So 82 versus 80. What is there more of? There's more protons, so that's a positive charge. Okay. And then how many more are there? There's 2 more, so that's going to be 2 plus. Okay, so that is the answer key for this worksheet. Have a great day, everybody.